Our story begins at the scene after the onslaught that rained upon the Tomado family. House torn apart, corpses laid out everywhere in the snow, mixing pure white shredded ice with crimson blood. Muzan had done the unthinkable in efforts to wipe their entire family tree from existence. Walking away from the gory mess, he heard a faint cough coming from a girl, being filled with divine rage from his lack of perfection. A survivor? No such thing from the work of the top demon himself. This child must be chosen, he thought. Picking her up roughly, he looked her deep in the eyes. It seems like your brother was away for the visit. Become one of my upper ranks, and I won't send one of my underlings to destroy him. With a weak head nod and a crystal tear falling down her face, Nezuko accepted the blood of Kabutsuki, mutated into a grotesque abomination. The one beautiful girl now was subjected to an eternity of inflicting pain and suffering. The two would be transported immediately to the Infinity Castle. All demons stood to attention before being thrown off that this is a new 6 Upper Moon demon, which would be stated out loud by Muzan. Like a reflex that's been there from the very beginning, Nezuko blitzed behind the thoughtless Daki, tearing her head off, setting a corpse ablaze, instantly eviscerating her within a blink of an eye. As if a switch flicked on, she was now different. Muzan smirked imperceptibly within the shadows as he looked on. Everyone's jaw dropped to the floor except for the first Upper Moon and Kabutsuki, and the fact that she was able to actually kill another demon. Yelling out an animal-like screech, Gaitaro took out his dual sights and used flying blood sickles to throw them at high violent rotation. Time paused for the young girl, not even getting a chance to feel the guilt of her action. The fact that she actually just took a life didn't bother her. It actually made her feel alive. Setting herself on gorgeous pink fire, she rushed straight towards his attack, burning it before it made contact, then suddenly blitzed above Gaitaro, releasing a cruel heel kick, sending the Upper Moon demon and his sister to the afterlife. Smiling menacingly, looking around to the shocked faces of the others. Being impressed by such performance, they'd accept the new recruit openly out of respect, all while planning how to get rid of her, seeing the potential growth in her rare abilities. The entertainment district. Young Kamado had been positioned in this village to watch it over as her territory. Several demon slayers had been killed by her with little to no effort. At first, it slightly bothered her killing a human, but by the time of the third, she took pleasure in it. A discovery that threw her off was finding out that her brother was a demon slayer. This heart-stopping realization that now he was a target regardless of what Muzan said before. And a few months had passed. She had no ranked demon underlings watching over her precious brother from a distance, updating on whether he's still alive from time to time. Scene skips to when Tanjiro and crew arrives to the entertainment district. The previous loss of Rengoku, the boys were determined in getting rid of any Upper Moon demon they could get their hands on. The events would go the same as they did with Daki. Nezuko would be jealous of other girls and the fact that they got to live a normal life, so she'd be pulling on a servant's girl's ear, which would rudely be interrupted by an angry Tsunetsu. Nezuko would be more ruthless than Daki. Inosuke acting as a distraction wouldn't work. Immediately, Nezuko would erupt the entire radius with flames, killing every human around her in the house except for the Slayers, releasing an ominous pink glow from the center of the village. Jumping from rooftop to rooftop on his way to help his friends, Tanjiro would smell a familiar scent, making full eye contact with his lost sister, bringing both to tears. Hearing explosive fireworks getting closer behind her, Nezuko would duck her head to the floor, dodging the beheaded from Tengen Uzuki. Engaging in a wicked battle against the 6 Upper Moon demon, the fight would be a spectacle. With her getting more blood from Muzan than Gaitaro did, she'd be way more powerful. Tanjiro's stun would make the decision to side with his demonic sister. Inosuke and Zenitsu, confused about their friend, would assume that he's being mind controlled, forcing them to side with Uzui. Tanjiro would only use water breathe to defend off the oncoming attacks, trying his best not to harm his friends. However, this would be the biggest mistake, allowing Nezuko to perfectly counter each and every one of them, killing off the Hashira and his underling. Standing in the ravished, bloody battlefield in awe, Tanjiro felt numb. What have I done? Said the heartbroken boy, falling to his knees as his sister looked on to him with deep sorrow in her eyes.